Hey everybody, I'm Jordan with PDQ.com. We're touching back up on the for each loop. We did a video on this last week, and we had someone come in and comment that you can take the specific data we're capturing and make that into its own array. And I think that's pretty useful information. We figured we could add that to this one, kind of supplement, build a richer, fuller experience for people learning PowerShell. And the other added benefit from this is, if you remember the first video, I was covering action heroes named John. And I left out John Matrix from Commando, as well as John Preston from Equilibrium, which is not fair to them. Those both, and if you look at their pro movie, they're up there. They deserve to be on the list. So we're going to go through, we're going to add extra information, and we're going to make a better list. The first thing that we did is we updated our CSV to have a whole bunch more data. Before, when we ran this one, all we had was action heroes named John. So the data was all good for us. We didn't have to worry about anything. It was just the data we wanted. This time, we've got a whole bunch of other action heroes, and we're going to go through and say, hey, how can we capture just these ones and then put those into their own array? So some of the highlights, I did put Ellen Ripley. She didn't have a high kill count, but she killed a xenomorph. I think she deserves to be there. But the first thing we're going to do is you have to create the array, and we're going to cover two methods on this one. So this one is if you just name it $, we'll say final list. And then we're going to do equals and then at open and close parentheses. What this is going to do, this is going to create an array. It's not quite as efficient. We'll cover why in just a bit here. And then inside the for each, we're going to add if statement. So if the first name equals John, then it is going to perform this action. And this is where we do $, not array because I didn't name it that, final list, and then plus equals, and then $hero, which is, if you remember from the last video, that is the variable we're using as the placeholder. So we're just going to add this to the list. All right, and we're going to run this one. It's going to go quick, and we'll kind of showcase that it works here, and then we'll go over why there's a better method. This is just the one you're going to see most online. So down here you can see I only added John Preston. Give me a second here. Oh, it's because I did $hero. I used the wrong variable. So apparently John Preston is just on the bottom of our array there. So if we do final list, that's the correct information now that we're pulling the proper variable. It's just, there's all of our Johns. We have the number of movies, the kills. That's everything we want there. That is in the array. After the for each, you could put something in there where you could do something with the array. Either you could export that to a CSV so you have the data file, or with that new data set, you can perform actions against specifically the ones you want. It'd be more efficient to put that just in this if statement, but there's just a lot of actions you can do. But this is how you can remove all the, I don't want to say junk data, but the data that's not what you're looking for, keep what you want. The problem with this one is every time we're adding to this array, the plus equals, it is wiping out that array, it's rebuilding it brand new, and it's adding a line to the bottom. It works, and in smaller lists, you don't notice a difference, but it is not efficient. So what we want to do is we're going to go to a different method here where we're going to build the array a slightly different way, and then we can just add to it. And that way it's a single array and we're just adding to it without the rebuild. Because you won't see an efficiency difference for smaller ones, but if you have a large set of data, it's going to be worth knowing this other method. So it's going to be a new object. And then I'm going to look this one up because I never remember it. We're going to do system.collections array list. Collections.ArrayList. All right, so we have that one. We're going to give it the same name, only this time, instead of doing the plus equals, we're going to do a .add. And then in parentheses, we're going to do the same thing. I'm sorry, .add parentheses, $hero. All right, we're going to run this again. So the line 3, that's going to completely wipe out the array that we had built and make a new one. We'll see that the results are going to be the same on that one. Run that one. Oh, I forgot this one. It's going to count down for each line. If you want to bypass that, you can just put in the greater than symbol, $null. That's just going to kick out your output where it counts 0 through 4 there, and then it'll build the list the way we're looking for. One more run, and we'll print it off. We can see we get the same results. And everything's the same. So that's two ways that if you have a list of data, if you have already cleaned data, I mean, congratulations, that's got to be nice. I don't think I've ever seen that. But if you were looking for within this certain amount of data, you just want to capture specific bits and have and grab that. That's where this if statement will go in, and it's going to give you a lot more control, give you a little bit better access, or a little bit better results from your for each. I think I got a lot of good information in here. If you want more information on Action Heroes named John, hit like and please subscribe to us. For pdq.com, I'm Jordan, and here's my thumbnail pose. Falling. Again.